name is Nicholas Pollock, and I'll be playing Theorbo with Tommie Andersson in the Australian Brandenburg Orchestra's Vivaldi's Four Seasons. So this instrument that I'm playing is called the Theorbo, and Tommie Andersson is normally the main Theorbo player for the Australian Brandenburg Orchestra, but on this season I will be joining him as a second Theorbo. And when we have two Theorbos together, we can do lots more things. We can share the role, and we can trade parts and play together in ways that normally one Theorbo can't do. But before you hear that in the concert, I should probably tell you a little bit about it, because it's kind of a strange beast. So this instrument emerged in Italy at the end of the 16th century. It was coming out of a time when opera was starting to be developed, and the more traditional lute, which is a lot shorter and higher tuned instrument, was sort of becoming less and less effective for some of the music. And so to make it more powerful, the size was increased, and therefore suddenly things kind of exploded, and you ended up with this giant extension here at the end so that you could have very long bass notes. But it also has some other sort of interesting features, and the main one is its tuning. So I'll start with the bass. The bass is really simple. You can tune it however you want. For the moment I have a tune just slightly different from the standard tuning, where instead of an F natural I have an F sharp. But basically it's always going to be a scale or a mode of some kind. So here it sounds like this. But then the next part is a little bit stranger. So the Theorbo has what's called a re-entrant tuning, which means that it goes up and then goes down and then goes up again. So whereas a normal guitar will go from the bottom note to the top, the Theorbo goes to the top note, then down a bit, and then up a bit again. So it sounds a bit like this. And that's a blessing and a curse. So it's a blessing in the sense that it means that we can play very interesting harmonies with notes very close together, because we can fret notes that are right next to each other at the same time with ease, whereas normally in a standard linear tuning that becomes a lot more difficult. But also it means that we can use what's called a campanella, which is like it means little bells, as a trick to kind of get around the instrument. So instead of having to work all of those out one note at a time, I can play them a little bit more like a harp. And in this concert you'll be hearing a lot of this instrument. So the Four Seasons is really one of the great pieces that this instrument works really fantastically in it. And alongside it also you'll hear the Baroque guitar. Both Tommie and I will be playing the Baroque guitar as well. And the Baroque guitar is sort of like the farlet to the modern guitar. So it's a bit smaller and it's tuned a bit higher. And it can have these amazing strumming sounds, and having two is just better than one.